You're welcome to Naija Zero Plastic Challenge Award event. I want to crave the indulgence of everyone in the house and appreciate your participation for this event. This event, we are celebrating young people that are creative, that have come up with a narrative for us to drive a sustainable environment through the reduction of single-use plastics. This event has a little bit of history. It started about 2 months ago, around August. But before then, there's been a lot of works in the background, but we launched the events in August. And over a period of 8 to 10 weeks, we've had young people come up with different narratives in short videos, in poetry, in music, in photography, and there was a lot of entries. There was a lot of entries. And we are here today to celebrate the few that came up with exceptional. We have a bank of exceptional works. We had a tough time selecting the ones that we're able to select, through our able judges. And we came up with a couple of winners that we are going to showcase and present today. In the next 1 hour, 30 minutes, we'll get it into it and get it wrapped up. Before we move on, I want to call on the CEO of Well of Science, Mr. Etia Ngwanang, to give a welcome address. Mr. Etia Ngwanang, please, a round of applause for him.
Thank you so much, Mr. Khan. Good morning, everyone. Okay, Etia Ngwanang is my name. I'm the team lead of the CEO of Well of Science Limited. So Well of Science is a sustainable driven company that what we do is to look at value chains and see how we can plug sustainability into it. We know that the way we've done business in time past actually have several damaging effects on the environment. But what we do is look at one value chain after the other and see how we can make it more sustainable. So presently we have a solution, the shopper's bag. It's not only a bag, but it's a technology that is driving reduction in single-use plastic in the retail value chain. So that's why we wanted to create awareness about alternative to plastic. So in doing that, we now thought, how best way can we be able to achieve this? So with the team, with a lot of brainstorming, and we were able to come up with the Naija Zero Plastic Challenge. So we wanted to put the narrative in the hands of the people, the hands of young people, to now begin to tell stories about how can we begin to rethink the way we do things, especially when it has to do with plastic. Each and every one of us have interaction with plastics every day, but we don't know where this plastic ends up. These plastic end up in landfills, and they don't decay. They stay in the environment. They affect our land. They get into our seas and even get into the food chain. So you find out that one way or the other, we are eating plastics. So that's why we are pushing and putting the narrative in the hands of content creators to now begin to tell the story so that it can deepen the consciousness that it's time to make a change the way we interact with plastic, and also look at what are the alternatives to plastic. So you come to this award event. We are not going to take much of your time, and I want you to sit back and have an amazing time. There's opportunity to network, opportunity to interact. There's a lot of things that we are doing. We are working with young people in the production of the bags. So we are training them and how to make eco-friendly bags. So our bags are made of reusable materials, material that are strong that you can reuse over 2 to 3 years. And the more you use this material, the more you gain points in stores and more. So that's what we are offering. And even opportunity for bag makers to work with us is quite massive. We have already about 10 bag makers that are working with us across the country. So Well of Science is looking, not only in stores and more are we looking at plugging sustainability. This is just the first step. We are looking at the logistics, the banks, wherever plastic is being used, how can we be able to replace it with alternative material? So that is the task, and we cannot do that alone. We need innovators, we need content creators, we need business people, we need the government, we need all the stakeholders to, we need the venture capitalists that can be able to, incubate on ideas that can be able to reduce the use of single-use plastic in different value chains. So thank you so much. You're welcome to this challenge, to these award events. Thank you so much.
A round of applause for Mr. Tiangwaina, the CEO of Well of Science. Well of Science is a sustainability-driven company. We will have someone come up and talk about what we do at the company. This is one of our projects, the Naija Zero Plastic Challenge. The challenge with plastic is a massive one. It will need the effort of every single home, every single individual, for us to work towards a net zero plastic environment. Plastic have its uses, but those ones that are called single-use plastics in bags and in other packaging material are very detrimental to the environment. When once you step out of this hall, look around you, and you just make a conscious effort to observe how other people are interacting with plastics. Some people will drive, and before you know, you see plastic bottles or nylon bags, polythene bags outside the window. We have a responsibility to, within our sphere of influence, within the way we find ourselves, to make a conscious effort at educating people on how we use and dispose plastic. Plastic can stay for as long as 400 to 1,000 years. We will come and leave plastics behind. So imagine the amount of plastic that is being churned out daily. It's a challenge. It's a huge challenge. There are other part of most countries in the world have come up with different incentives to reduce the use of single-use plastics. Even some African countries are also doing same. A country like Kenya, a country like Uganda, a country, I think Malawi, also, there are a lot of countries that are coming up with a lot of initiatives to make sure that single-use plastics, the use is very, very reduced, and also empower, organizations and young people to come up with biodegradable alternatives. Alternatives that, once you use it, you know that the lifespan of that particular material, will decompose and leave us so that we can have a cleaner environment. Look around you, and once you see our dumps, the things that you see most in our dumps is plastic bags, single-use plastics. They are everywhere. So we have to make the conscious effort to adopt an alternative that will make our environment safer and make us live a healthier life. Okay, we'll move on to invite the head of operations of Well of Science, Mr. Ubong, to give us a chat about how Shoppers Bag is driving alternative.
Good morning, everyone. We are too quiet. Good morning, everyone. Please turn to your neighbor and smile. Tell the person you're welcome to this event. Some people just sit, since they were sitting, you didn't even greet anybody. But turn to the person, ask the person, what's your name? What do you do? I'll give you 2 minutes to do that while I set up. Ask the person, what do you do? What's your name? Which state are you from? Which local government are you from? Are you Buhari's brother? Okay. I'm still waiting. Some people are not talking to anybody. You have to talk to somebody now. I think we are now getting more lively. Yes, this is how it's supposed to be. Before we're looking like we're inside a train station. Okay, thank you very much. My name is Ubong Yang. I work with Well of Science as operations and a strategy for Well of Science. So I'm having with me here is a shopper's bag. We actually have two types of bags. After this event, we're going to go up the rooftop so that we can see the various types of shopper's bag that we have. But this is just one of them. Shopper's bag is not just a bag, it's a technology. And the idea of shopper's bag came as a result of trying to find out how we can mitigate the repetitive use and productions of single-use plastic. Now, you need to understand that all across Nigeria today, we have several thousands of shopping malls, we have thousands of supermarkets, we have several thousands of industries and companies, even markets, that are producing on a daily basis, they are producing nylon bags. And nobody has ever asked. You know, one thing about we Nigerians is that we always look strange, as if the things that are happening around us came from the moon. I don't know how many of us have that feeling. So you just wake up and we see a heap of nylon bags, a heap of waste along our roads, and we just wonder, why are these things here? But the first question we should ask is, how did these things get here? Am I right? So that's the first thing we should ask. So in Well of Science, we had to look at the narrative of why people are producing single-use plastics on a daily basis, and how can we mitigate them. So we started thinking about the solution, and that was where Shopper's Bag came into play. Now, Shopper's Bag is a technology. It's not just a bag. It's a technology that allows you to reuse a bag several times, and you get rewarded for it. So let me give you a scenario now. How many of you can remember how many times you have bought something this week alone? Can you remember, like, a number of times you have bought something with a nylon bag throughout this week? Can you do an average? It should be close to, I don't think there's anybody that is less than 10. Am I right? There's not less than 10. So on an average, you on your own have introduced like 10 nylon bags into the environment. So if you do 10, I do 10, this guy does 10, this guy does 20. So that means that between now and 2030, it is projected that Africa may become a landfill of plastic mass waste. So we need to do something about it. And that's why Shopper's Bag came into play. So Shopper's Bag is a technology that allows people to reuse the same bag several times and get points and get rewarded on every usage. So I'm going to walk you through how the bag works and the various parts you can play as an individual and also as a stakeholder that is present here. So there is a whole lot of stuff for everybody. There's a place everybody can fit into the puzzle, and there's a role for everybody to play. So I'm going to walk you through the various steps of how we can work together to achieve this common goal. So number one is the shoppers. That's you and I. You know, you wake up in the morning every day, you go to buy something in the store, you buy from the shopping mall, you buy, the more you buy, the shopping mall just gives you what approved, you pick it, at the end of the day, you throw it somewhere. So what do you need to do as a shopper? Number one, between now and the end of the month, the Shopper's Bag mobile app will be ready. Yes, I think you should give a round of applause to the Shopper's Bag team. We have been working tirelessly day and night, putting together the mobile app technology for this project. So between now and the end of the month, the mobile app will be ready, available on Google Play and on Apple Play Store. So as a shopper, what do? You download the Shopper's Bag app. when once you download the Shoppers Bag app, you can find where Shoppers Bag is being sold all over Lagos. So on opening the app, you can see where the bag is being sold. So you can see maybe the bag is sold at ShopRite. So all the stores that Shoppers Bag will be sold will be listed on the mobile app. Now that gives you a ease of navigation so that you can actually know where to buy the Shoppers Bag app. That's the first step. Then when you get your bag as a shopper, you now scan your bag. There's a QR code in this bag. This QR code is enabled to allow you to scan your bag with your mobile app. You can do it in the comfort of your house. You can do it in the shop. It doesn't take up to a few seconds. Once you scan your bag with the mobile app, it integrates this bag and registers it into the app with your name. So that means that this bag belongs to me, Ubong, Inyang. So this bag can belong to Shegun. Shegun can have his own bag. Now, each of the bags has a metric system that tracks how many times you have used the bag. So now, if anytime you go to shopping with the bag, and after you have made your purchases, the mobile app recognizes the environment you are shopping, so that you don't stay in your house and say you are shopping. Are you following me? That's the beauty of technology. So if you are in your house scanning that you have bought something, it will know. So the app interfaces with the location. So if you're in ShopRite, or maybe you're a Spa or one of these malls, and you are scanning the bag after your purchase, it will score you a point on the app. So those points are called, plastic reduction token. Don't worry, you understand it. It's just a breakdown. It's just like Naira and Kobo on the app. So those points can be accrued. The more you use the bag, so you use it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the more you use the app, the more points you accrue, and you can exchange those points for valid items in the store. You can exchange it for discounts, you can exchange it for raffle, you can exchange it for a lot of beautiful things on the mobile app. So that's the beautiful part for shoppers. So everybody here can do this. Now this one is open for everybody. The 200 million people in Nigeria, it is our dream that everybody will use this app. So you guys are the first, I think you are the first listeners about this app. I think you should give yourself a big hand. So very soon we're going to be having a lot of media and campaign about the mobile app once it's ready. So you're going to see it on lots of platforms, national platforms. But the idea is that you have to be a part of it and be ready to take up a consciousness. What we are doing is a conscious effort. You need to be responsible. It's part of the SDG goal number 8, which says responsible consumption and production. So people should be responsible for what they produce and also what they consume. So that's where we come in as a Shoppers Bag technology. Now, the next people that will also use Shoppers Bag are the eco-friendly bag producers. Now, if you are here and you know someone that produces bags, you have a friend that is making bag. He makes bags like this, or you have someone that is into sewing of maybe bags that, fashionable bags, yeah. So the person can also work with us at Shoppers Bag and earn revenue for his or herself. Now, how does this work? The mobile app also allows the person to register as a bag producer. Now, this business, for those of you that want to do business, side business, or you have friends and you have maybe parents that are into bag making. So when you register as a bag producer, it allows you to request for the number of bags you want to produce. Are you following me? So you can select number of bags, you select the bag materials you want to use. So we already have jute fiber material, jute fiber. Then we have jean fiber and the other fiber materials. So you can select the one you want to use to produce fiber bag. Then you can order for the technology tag as a producer. So when you order for the technology tag, it is delivered to you in your store. Is that right? Very easy system. So you use the technology tag to integrate on your bag, and we will provide you the market. If you didn't clap for me, I'm bringing business. The way you are looking at me, I'm bringing business to you. We will provide the technology and the market for you. So that means that if you're in Lagos here and you are registered as a Shoppers Bag producer, what happens is that when you're done producing on the app and you notify the organization will tell you the number and location that is going to be shipped to. That means payment might have been made from our end before it gets to you. So that is business for bag producers. And why are we doing all this? Unemployment in Nigeria is rising. So as a company, we are looking at how we can fuse our business model to create jobs and also empower women and girls, for this purpose. So already we also have a program that allows young girls to learn how to make this bag. This bag was made by one of our eco girls. I think we should clap for them. If you have the pictures, you can slide them there. We have a running eco girls program. Ages of 16 to 25. So if you have such young people that have interest in making bags, we already have a program ongoing now. So, but we're going to have various centers in Lagos and other states. So those young girls will be taught how to make these bags, and they can also produce and join the eco-friendly bag producers. So you're going to see some of the slide pictures. Now, I've spoken about two categories of users. The first one was what? The shoppers. That's you and I. The second one was the what? Bag producers. Yeah, excellent. Then the third one are the brands. The brands and the corporate organizations. Now, because we don't want to leave them out of this process. Because, you see, when you're solving a global problem, you have to tackle it from both ends. You see, the plastic waste reduction problem is global, and you need to tackle it from every end of the puzzle. So the brands are not left out. We find out that these brands are people that have influence. They are companies that have larger staff capacity. They have a lot of capital, social capital, and they also have a lot of influence, and they can make decisions that can favor the whole playbook. So what we're going to do for brands is that now, the next surplus bags you're going to be seeing from next month up will be branded. It will be branded. So you're going to have bags like maybe MTN. You're going to have bags like ShopRite. You're going to have bags like Coca-Cola. You're going to have bags like Spa. That's the corporate bags. So these people are going to get these bags and give it to their staffs to use. So a Coca-Cola staff that is using this bag to shop at ShopRite, those two things gives the visibility to the brand. Because as this bag is being held, I think maybe I should demonstrate it. I like being practical, don't mind me. So as the bag is being held on a day-to-day basis, you can actually see the brand visibility. That's the first objective we are getting for them. So brands can actually increase their visibility, number one. Then at the same time, they can also measure their sustainability. That means that Spa or ShopRite or MTN can actually say that they have 5,000 staffs that are using this bag. And each time they use that bag, they have reduced 5,000 nylons from entering into Lagos State. I don't know if you get the drift. That's the idea. Because each time you use this bag, you have saved one nylon bag from entering the street. So imagine 100 people uses this bag in a day. That means 100 plastics have been saved from entering into our landfills. So that's what it does for brands. So we have those three categories of users will be available on the mobile app. And just like the bag producers, the brands can also request on the app, load their logos, and make their payments and get the orders for the shoppers bag. So it's a whole lot beautiful innovation. So we're going to have more discussions like this after doing the networking section. So in case you have any question, how you can come in. Now, this is an opportunity for everybody here. We are not selective. We are not segregative. We are here for partners. We are here for stakeholders. We are here for people that want to come on board, work with Well of Science, Shoppers Bag to drive these objectives. So during the networking session, we're open to suggestions. You can walk up to us. We talk together, get your details, and we look at how we can work together to drive this common objective. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being around.
A round of applause for Mr. Ubong, the Chief Operations Officer of Well of Science. That was a lengthy explanation and insight into how Shoppers Bag actually works and what we intend to do to carry everyone along so that we can, our main goal is to come up with alternative to single-use plastic bags. We are going to go into the most important aspects of this event, which is the unveiling of the Naija Zero Plastic Challenge category winners and presentation of awards. That is why we are here. And before we get into before we get into a particular item, let me do a quick rundown. If you look at the folder that you have with you, the inside, you see on the first page, you will see a little bit of description about the project and what during our unveiling of the project. You also, on this other side, you also get to see the young people that were able to do something creative, do something that we, think is excellent. And they're all here, to grace this occasion. The categories were in visual arts, spoken words, short video, music, and photography. So we had a lot of entries coming on Facebook and also through the Shoppers Bag websites. We spent long nights watching every video, looking at every craft, looking at every narrative to come up with something that we want to say that was excellent for the winners. So moving forward, I will call the category winners to come up stage so that you can get to see them. And after that, we will call one of our special guests to do the presentation of the awards to them. So in the music category, we had a winner. His name is Jacob Emmanuel Oko. Please, a round of applause for Jacob as he comes up stage. Keep your listen. Please clap for him. In the digital arts, in the visual and digital arts category, we had a fine young lady that her work was marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. Miss Tiana John. Please, a round of applause for Miss Tiana John. These are the people that won out of hundreds and hundreds of entries that came in. Please keep clapping for her. Stand up to the side. Stand. Okay, in the short video category, we had something very funny and amazing from Mr. Frank Mbanegu. Please, a round of applause for Mr. Frank. And in the spoken word, in short, this particular one, I was moved when I saw it. And somehow I was glad when it came up as one of the winners. A piece of work from Ms. Lois Uzoma. Please, a round of applause for Ms. Lois Uzoma. These are our category winners from music, visual arts, short video, and spoken words. Please clap for them. Such a fantastic young people doing creative stuff. Well of Science will work with them to create more content that will help change the narrative and upgrade the way we deploy ourselves, or we employ ourselves and the way we use plastics. I will also call the CEO of Well of Science to come up stage so that he can also help with the award. Mr. Tian Wainang, please. I want to call on our special guest to help us with the presentation, Dr. Grace Shoyinka, HOD of Industrial Design, School of Arts, Design and Printing, Yaba College of Technology. Please, a round of applause for Doctor. Welcome, ma. Mr. Jacob Emmanuel Uko, please come and take your award. A round of applause. A round of applause for Mr. Jacob. Keep clapping. Keep clapping. Keep clapping. Keep clapping. Thank you. Thank you very much. For the visual and digital arts category, Miss Tiana John. Please clap for her. Clap for her. She did a fantastic job portraying the plastics. And for the short video category, we call on Mr. Frank Mbanugwe. Please, you need to watch this video. Very, very funny and engaging. Thank you. Thank you. And in the spoken word category, Ms. Lois Uzoma. Please, a round of applause for Ms. Lois. Round of applause. They did great. These are our change makers. These are our change makers. Keep clapping. Keep clapping. Yes. Okay, amongst this group, there is a grand prize winner. That is the clincher in all these things. And that grand prize winner is going to take home a brand new MacBook Pro. So I will give the mic to Mr. Ubong Iyang to come up with the... It's a surprise, though. Even me, I don't know. It's a surprise.
Thank you very much. Let's give our contestants a big hand. Okay, so we had this contest started online, and it was very, very difficult for us to get the grand prize winner because we actually needed engagement for them to comment on their pages and drive the content. So we had lots of comments coming in, close to over 1 point something thousand comments. But we actually had to go for the valid comments. Now, comments that we made based on the given prescribed narrative. So that was the ones that were valid. So we had total of, so I'm going to read the total votes so that they can also hear it, because we are being transparent here. So everybody gets to know what happened. We had for Frank Mbaneku, yeah, the valid votes, the total valid votes that were accurate based on the company's approved guidelines were 71 votes. Let's give him a big hand. That's for Facebook. On Instagram, he had 54, and on Twitter was 25. So his total valid votes, 150. Let's give him a big hand. We had for Jacob Uko on Facebook, 208 votes. On Instagram, 26. On Twitter, 10. Then total valid votes of 244. Let's give him a big hand. And Lois Choma Uzoma had 224 votes on Facebook. Instagram, 617 valid votes. And Twitter, nil. And our total votes were 570 votes. Let's give her a big hand. Then the last but not the least, we had Tiana John, Facebook valid vote, 846. Instagram, none, and Twitter, none. So on the basis of these judgments, we are transparent and we have to declare Ms. Tiana John the winner of the Zero Flight Challenge. Please, can you give her a big hand? So we'll present to her the MacBook. She's overwhelmed. Please give her a big hand. Encourage her, encourage her. Encourage her, encourage her. Please, let's clap. Let's keep clapping. Let's keep clapping. Congratulations. From Well of Science and Shoppers Bag, we say thank you very much. Thank you very much. Wow, congratulations.
A round of applause for the grand prize winner of the MacBook Pro, Miss Tiana John. She's overwhelmed. She's overwhelmed. Please, Show it, show it, show it off, show it off, show it off. Thank you, doctor. God bless you. Please, yes, take a seat, ma'am. For each of the prize, the category winners, it goes with $200. Each of them has, gone on with $200. If you convert that to naira, you know how much that is in today's naira. So everyone is going on with something decent. So we will move on to a presentation by the Madam of Spoken Word. Are you ready for us?
Okay, there goes the spoken word I created for the Naija Zero Plastic Challenge. Above the heavens, face down a planet evergreen, bereft of waste, but has now become so unclean. And the oceans, once sparkling with crystal glitters, are now polluted with wasted plastic litters. With so much ease, these plastics were introduced, and joyfully we mass-produced. But carelessly, it was disposed, dragging our environment to ruin. Light-weighted like leaves, it travels far, polluting our oceans and lands to fill, an unwanted food for our fishes and sheep, endangering the lives of human beings. Our vision fell from its harsh toxins, and nostrils inhales its deadly dioxins, an air of breath we beg to breathe, devoid of harm from gaseous heat. Every minute of every day, millions of humans consume its decay, from the food we eat to the water we drink, leaching our storage and us to shrink. We can put an end to this plastic pollution by killing several birds with just a stone when we encourage the use of eco-friendly shoppers bag as against the life-strangling plastic bags, creating a world of speed evolution where we shop not only to spend but also to earn. By adopting this reusable and recycling shoppers bag, a safe storage for all our plastics, reducing the rate of waste pollution and making our environment a better place to live in. Say no to plastic pollution. Thank you.
We want to take a few feedback from our special guests. I will start from Mr. Shegun. Please, a round of applause for Mr. Shegun.
Thank you very much. My name is Shego Banjo. I would like to appreciate the team of Well of Science, for inviting me. And my work is basically simple, but even though we're still working on, being partnering together. So what we're about to do, in terms of reducing the use of plastic, is possibly introducing, the shopper's bag, to shops, malls, dealers, so that at least they can start, having it in their store. So that's one of the things that we'll be doing for them. And I noticed one thing. I don't know, maybe I can ask. Okay, fine. I discovered that I'm not sure if the bag has like a copyright in terms of trademark yet. Is this something that is still in process or something? There's no trademark. That one is number one. And why Mr. Open was actually speaking, when you're trying to enter these stores and you have a bag, there's a possibility of them asking you to drop it at a particular counter. So I think one of the things that I think the shops will not start doing is once you have this shopper's bag, they will allow you to go inside, the mall with it. Because once you have a bag, they won't allow you to go into the stores, into the malls with bags. So once you have the shopper's bag, I think you'll be allowed to go into it. So in the aspect of the trademark, I don't know, maybe the team can help us, to just say something about having the trademark. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Round of applause for Mr. Shegu Banjo. We also want to take a feedback from one of our special guests, Dr. Grace Shoyinka. Please, a round of applause for Doctor.
Good day, everybody. People of my generation always speak to the next generation you shouldn't have done this, you shouldn't have done that. But I think anybody in my generation that comes today and sees what this team of young people are doing, I can say with my whole mouth, well done. Well done. To the group of winners, well done. You have done us proud. It makes me to realize that we are not just a country without a direction. Yes, I can say we have a direction. And I say again, well done. Now, though I have mentioned this to Mr. Inyang, because he was sitting right beside me, I say we are in Lagos, where is the seat of party. You know, you can have some people who will produce these bags. So instead of buying more plastics to fill it up for items, you can actually produce these bags for carrier bags at parties. That also is an avenue you have to look on. Then the challenge you may have where plastics are concerned, maybe these people who sell puff-puff, hello, puff-puff, biscuits, you know, those people that just buy 100 naira, 200 naira, you may have to look at that and see how you can reduce plastic from that angle. Because most times, the carrier bags, the big carrier bags, may not become a problem. But those puff-puff nylon, you have to look, that's the aspect I believe that you will have to look to work on. If you can produce these bags, I think that one will be a chicken change for you to just brainstorm and find the solution. I will leave by saying that the team, Well of Science, I think what you can do is also to break into the academia. And I'm happy I'm coming from there. If you can go into Unilag, go into University of Uyo, go into University of Calabar, ABU Zaria is a mini Nigeria. If you can go to those, you have like a campus storm where you educate us on the danger that is almost overwhelming us without our knowing. I think that's an area that you can achieve good success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doctor. A round of applause for Doctor. Yes, we at Well of Science are doing a lot when it comes to coming up with different initiatives to reduce single-use plastics in our environment. And one of the things that we've done, thank God Doctor mentioned that we've started a system in university campuses where we have like a group, an association where young people that are interested in promoting eco-friendly packaging and, promoting a sustainable environment, come belong to our forum, our platform, to, at that level, drive change when it comes to promoting eco-friendly alternatives to plastic. And also, we are also looking at doing a reduction when it comes to what Doctor mentioned, those people that sell puff-puffs, those people that sell mini items, and all that we are looking at paper bags instead. Paper bags can replace most of those. Paper bags are biodegradable. They can replace most of the those tiny nylons that have no reusable value and that gets into the environment and messes everywhere up and all that. And we'll need more young people to think alongside with us. we are not competitors, we are collaborators. We are looking at working with different organizations that are doing stuff when it comes to creating alternative to single-use plastic. A round of applause. Round of applause for Mr. Jacob. Okay, I want to welcome Mr. Kim Falarin from Blakings Nigeria Limited. A round of applause for Mr. Kim Falarin. Also want to welcome Mr. Omoni from Blakings Nigeria Limited. A round of applause. And I also want to welcome Ms. Bidoye. A round of applause for Mr. Bidoye. Yes, please. Okay, that's the artwork that won the category for visual arts representation. I would want to, let me invite the creator of this work to do a little bit of explanation so that we can get into it. Miss Tiana, please. A round of applause for Miss Tiana.
Thank you very much. Good day, everyone. I wouldn't like to speak much about it because the theme was already there. This is just a comparison between an atmosphere without plastic and the one with plastic. Thank you very much.
Please, a round of applause for Miss Tiana John. She won the category for visual arts and also the grand prize winner with MacBook Pro, brand new MacBook Pro. Please clap for her again. Clap for her again. I want to make welcome the national chairman of the Nigerian Institute of Environmental Engineers, Engineer Odukoya, and would want to have a little bit of an address from him. Please, a round of applause. A round of applause for Mr. Odukoya, Engineer Odukoya.
Good morning, sirs and ma. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please, I'm coming late because of some other schedule. This is the time that we have a lot of problems in Nigeria. I hope you are aware. The flood have taken over from Naija, Lokoja to the east, and that's why we are trying to do some position paper to the federal government so that they can do something about it. And that's what I'm working on. But I have to just excuse myself from the team so that I can come here. Well, this is our area. And our business is to ensure environment is clean. And when you talk of environment, when you talk of plastics, which are not biodegradable, then that's the challenge that we have all over the nation. You see, one of the causes of this flood is this thing we are talking about. We empty all our PET bottles, our bags, right inside the drain. And we go through Lagos, everybody across, you will see that it's a big challenge for the nation. And that is causing a lot of problems. No truck, before you see truck coming from Lokoja to Lagos, it takes about 1 week now because they have to pump some water out of the drain so that you can have the vehicle can see and now move. And that's exactly what is happening. So, and one of the causes that happen is that we need to find solution to these plastics. We need to find solution to these plastics. Until we find solution, we will not solve a lot of problems. And these are not waste, but they are resource. They're not waste, but they are resource. Until we know that these things we can actually make money from it, is not to throw them out, then we can get it back into the system. That's what we call circular economy, which everybody's talking about now. We need to move and preach this gospel of circular economy. until we get them right, we will still have problems across the nation. But I want to tell you that as professional engineers, we already look at the local content of how to ensure we have low technology that can reshape these plastics and make them usable. And when you have used it once, you don't need to throw them away. You can take them back, like she was demonstrated in that. The plastics is one of a major concern to us as a nation, because when you recycle, for you to produce fresh one, you don't need more than 60% of that fresh raw material. You just need about 40% of this raw one, this recycled material, inject it into your feed, then you can get your plastic out. But all over the nation, you will see, if you go to UK or any other, you will see what they're using now. They're not using plastics, because there's a policy in place called polluter pay principles. If you are the manufacturer of plastics, there's a percentage that you must give back to the government, where they will now use part of it to do what? To recycle those plastics. And that's why they are now choosing, you will say, sack bag. In conferences, you say sack bag, you say bag made up of bag material, and you can see them. That's what we need to collectively come together and find a lasting solution to this thing. I want to appreciate the organizers. When they called me from Owerri that I need to be at this function, because I was called from Owerri, I need to be at this function. I said, well, because it is a big challenge for you are created, because at this time, I need to have run back to Abuja because of this flood problem that is ravaging the nation. You see, a lot of people, we have about 2.4 million people that have been affected. Now, as of today, houses submerged, and one of the major causes is this thing that we're talking about. We need to work together as individuals, as a group, as students, and as people that work in the sector, and find solutions to them. We have the solutions because it's just a matter of just collective decision that will help us to do what? Agree, this is what we are doing. We know the solutions. It's not that solution. They're not new. Are you with me? They are not new, but the solutions are there. All we need to do is just agree. Put things together, paper, and say this is what we're doing. If you're producing plastics, that should be a tax that comes from you, because some people also need to work on it, so I won't get to our drain. You get to our gorge, you won't get to the lagoon. If you go to the lagoon, you see what's happening there. If you've been there, you will see. By the time you will see what's happening there a lot. Because when you have your drain here, back end, at the downstream of the it's just empty themselves, and it goes to the lagoon and all that. So please, I want to appreciate the organizers of this program, and also congratulate those winners, that this is a step to help our nation and improve this nation, and it's good for us to be part of solution provider, a change agent in our nation. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for Engineer Odukoya, the National Chairman of the Nigerian Institute of Environmental Engineers. A round of applause for him again, please. Okay, we are quickly coming to the end of the program, but before we do that, we just want to show you a couple of videos to refresh your mind what we are doing here. We are battling plastics.
Which affects chain. If every train can be reversed
integrated with a web and a mobile app that drives its usage by shoppers. Naija Zero Plastic Challenge. We have come to the end of this program, and I want to thank everyone for taking out time. Today is a Tuesday. Everyone is supposed to be at work, but you people have taken out time to celebrate the winners of this challenge. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, Engineer Dukoya, for gracing this occasion. Thank you, the team from Blakins, for coming through for us. Thank you, everyone that have come for this event. We say that we all are change makers, and we have a responsibility to our environment. Please, once you step out here, make a conscious effort to observe how everyone around you interacts with plastics, so that you will be the voice of reason, so that we can save our environment. Thank you so much for being here. God bless you. As you step out, we want to take pictures with the winners of this of this award, and there's some refreshments for us to, upstairs for us to feel ourselves before we take our leave. Thank you very much, everyone. God bless you.
Can you tell us your name again?
Okay, my name is Lois Chamal Zoma.
Okay, Lois, you are one of the category winners for the Naija Zero Plastic Challenge 2022, right?
Yes.
All right. So can you tell us what was the experience like? What was it like being part of the contestant for this challenge?
Okay, it was actually an exciting one. I was so pleased, this has been what I do. I do spoken word entries, and when I got to know about this challenge, I decided to hop into it, and it was like a thing of joy when I was announced as the category winner in the spoken words. Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
it was
that's
amazing.
So what can you tell us about your story? You did a spoken word for the Naija Zero Plastic Challenge, which is all about plastic reduction.
Yes.
So what can you say about your narrative towards helping plastic waste?
Okay, based on what I did in my entry, we were able to drive the adoption of the alternative to plastics.
Send a message.
Yeah, send a message, yeah.
About the negative impact of plastic.
Yeah, plastic.
And then to drive adoption for,
Yeah,
So now what can you say to the world of science and to challenge workforce putting up this event? What can you say to them?
Okay, thank you so much, Well of Science, makers of Shoppers Bag. Thanks to Challenge Works. I really do appreciate this opportunity because it's poured out the creativity inside of me, and I'm so delighted to be one of the winners of this award.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you. Congratulations again. Hello, can you tell us your name?
Okay, my name is Jacob Emmanuel.
Okay, Jacob Emmanuel, you're one of the category winners for the Naija Zero Plastic Challenge 2022, right?
Yeah.
For which category?
For music category.
Okay, so can you tell us what was the experience like coming up with your content for this challenge?
Okay, it actually was a good experience actually because trying to bring up content that is driven with impact. The whole message is making impact on the adoption of alternatives to plastic. So coming up with it was very, very amazing.
Yeah. So do you believe that your message out there your content out there can really send in the message, which is driving alternatives to plastic? Do you believe that your content can do that?
Yeah, I strongly believe that my content will
do that.
do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So and then what can you say to World of Science and to Challenge Us for putting up such a challenge as this?
Wow, I want to say a big thank you to Well of Science and to Shoppers Bag as well. They have really done a whole lot. For even taking a step to set example and give us the alternative to plastic bags with the Shoppers Bag. That's really amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. So we believe that with this message out there, more young persons will jump on stuff like this towards reduction of plastic in the environment. We believe so. So we want to say congratulations to you once again, Mr. Jacob.
Much.
All right.
My name is Christiana Effiong John.
Thank you, Christiana Effiong. You are one of the category winners and as well the grand prize winner, right, for the Naija Zero Plastic.
I am.
All right. So can you tell what was the experience like coming up with your content for this challenge?
My experience, I actually I didn't know anything about plastic. Like I didn't know that plastic was really causing some negative effects until I came across this challenge, because this prompted me to go into research, because I was trying to create a content. I had to make some research to see how I can
Send a
communicate
message.
with people about the negative effects of these things.
Okay,
So
all right, that's good. So, do you believe that with your work out there, it can really drive in the message, which is driving adoption to alternative to plastic? Do you believe that your works has that carries that message and that can really cause an impact?
yes, my work carries that. Though, like my work is very simple. It is very simple. My work is just a comparison of these two parts: the parts that people are using the
Plastics.
plastic, and the parts that
Alright.
people are not using. Are using the
Plastics.
eco-friendly alternative. So
alright.
it shows how life would be so comfortable, so safe for
Okay.
we living people and even the animals.
All right, all right. Thank you. So, what can you say to Wall of Science and to challenge us for putting up this contest?
I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say. I don't even know where to start. I just want to tell them thank you so much for me. I see this as an opportunity that has given me so much experiences I never had in life. Like this as shoot out my life to another level. And I'm grateful.
Yeah,
I'm
that is,
grateful.
yeah.
Thank you. I say thank you.
Congratulations, congratulations, and
Well, the experience was interesting. The experience was nice. It was great. I would say that I'm opportune and favored to having worked on this project because during the drafting stage and all that, it was all creative. I was learning new things because one thing in the content creation life and stage is that in every project you learn new things. So I would say that this being a tropical issue, it came as something that was very pertinent to the society, and I learned a lot of things from the actually. So it was all creative and nice. Really.
so do you feel your message, your content carries that message for this team of the Naija Zero Plastic Challenge?
Okay, from the team
Yeah.
driving adoption to alternatives. I think that my content carried the message because in that content, if you actually scrutinize it well, you will find out that I did it in a setting where I was trying to educate someone who I acting as a police officer, educate someone, and not just educating someone. Through that person, I was educating actually everyone. So I was trying to say that instead of disposing, we should choose alternatives like using chopper's bag, which is reusable, and also create awareness that these things we are disposing are not actually waste. That are resources, so we can recycle and end on usage.
So what can you say to Wall of Science and to challenge us for putting up this content?
I'm short of words in this regard. I will say that this is a very nice one. This is a change advocacy which is nice. I'm glad that I'm saying that what they are doing is pertinent, is imperative and crucial to the society, and they should keep it up. It's a nice one.
But we know you and who you are and what you have to say about this event.
Yeah, the event is happy because there's a great problem in the nation and caused by one of these individuals. Until we know that it's a problem that we solve, we can't be free for certain things. The nation, we know what to do. We know the problems and we know what to do. All we need to do is just to come together collectively and solve the problem. There's nowhere in the world where plastic is being used once and thrown away. That has become history. Right now, what everybody does is to get a sack bag or a bag that is degradable and used as a shopping bag. If you produce plastic as shopping marks, then you must pay a tax for them to replace that. So the government needs to come up and come together with the people and say, come, if you are still insisting on producing shopping plastic, you have to pay. And that's what is happening everywhere. It's only Nigeria I'm seeing it that everybody just do anything and it will result. About 2.5 million people have been displaced by that flood. What they made us go to our drain and see it. Go to the journey.
The nation blocked completely.
With what?
Plastics.
Plastics. Ocean blocked what? Plastics.
So what do you have to say to the shoppers back team?
So what I'm saying is that this is the right way to go. And we need more of these to educate the people and ask them, and even educate government, and have time to sit with them and bring in some NGOs to sit together and say this is what we need to do if we will have this to do. So this, I commend the people, the team, for organizing this. This is what we need to crack. And if we want to save people from using single plastics, then you have saved human beings, you have saved properties, you have saved a lot of things.